All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, historians, to another great episode of the Historically Haunted Vodcast. Oh, Pennywise on my head. Get out of here. So we got a great episode today. I always like to stick to the historical side. I usually have one or two guests, but I've had a couple of them before in the past, more than one, and it seems to be fun. We're like a round table. So I got I don't want to say witches. That's a broad term, but I got a lot of spiritual ladies in the field. We get some shamans, we get some sisters, we got some herbalists, some jewel collectors, witches. We're gonna just have a lot of discussion about the harvest moon. Our Halloween season coming up. So we're gonna bring on first. You guys might know her. Of course, she's been on my show a bunch of times, and of course, she's my girl. And Heather Witchen Caminiti. She's a sensitive and a spiritualist as well as a paranormal investigator. She's also the co-founder, as well as me, Historically Haunted Paranormal. She's also the hostess with the mostest of the Witchen Life Guide show every other Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and that's on the Paranormal King Radio Network. Let me find her in chat. There she is. Pow. Heather.
Hello. How are you?
Good, baby. What's going on?
Oh, not too much. This one's going to be so fun. I love the people in this group.
It's going to be fun. Very broad range of ideas and all respectful, good people. It's going to be a good one. I brought my sage and my Palo Santo stick just in case y'all get fucking witchy on me. Me and Heather are actually 3 hours away. I'm at my house by Bangor, Stephen King, and Heather's down on the coast by Orchard. So we're not even in the same room. So next on, I'm going to bring CAHNI Koenig. I hope I said that last name right. I've been friends with her for a while, and haven't really talked a lot with her, so I wanted to bring her on. She's a shaman, a hypnotherapist. We're going to get into that. That's killer. A psychic medium, as well as a newly crowned member of the Warren Legacy Foundation for Paranormal Research, founded by Ed and Lorraine's grandson, Chris McKinnell, which I'm also a member of. And she's also the co-host of Haunted by Science. I love that name. We're going to find out more about that. Hi, Connie. How are you?
I'm good. And you absolutely pronounced my name correctly. So thank you.
Yes. That's awesome. Very cool. Much respect. I see you've been in the field for a while. You got a lot going on with TV, but you're also very much just free-spirited, and I'm really thankful to have you on.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm really eager to get to know everybody and to chat with you.
That's killer. We're going to have chats, too. We're going to have live comments, and we'll all get to know each other. Let me just bring on, without further ado, my next one. Her name is NIKKI Neal. She's actually a close friend of Heather's. She lives right here in Maine as well. She's a bass guitar player in an all-chick band, like punk rock type stuff. She's an artist of all sorts, does lots of designs and all that good stuff. She's a rock and crystal addict. She works in a shop, and not like crack cocaine rock, but like rocks, gems, jewels, all the good stuff that us witches like and our paranormal people like. But she's also the owner and creator of She Who Holds the Moon. She creates killer things. It's a group on Facebook you can join, and she'll tailor make things to the T. We'll talk about that too. NIKKI Neal, how are ya?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Good. Glad you could join us. I know you were on Heather's show a couple weeks ago, and I said, shit, that's a witch. She fit right in, so let's get her on 2 shows. Let's get her going and get the world to know NIKKI. So I'm glad you could join us. Very much a pleasure. And then last but not least, until Betsy shows up, Betsy Brown, we have Sister TALIA Samiti. I hope I said that right, Samiti. She was formerly in the Warren Legacy Foundation. That's how I got to know her. But now she's kind of doing her own thing. She's a researcher and a paranormal investigator for Stokes Paranormal Investigations Research, SPUR. Everybody abbreviates shit nowadays. But she's also newly crowned a sister. She's in the sisterhood of the Solomonic. She'll pronounce it better than me. Order of St. Michael the Archangel, which we all know who that is. So we'll bring her on so she can whip me for mispronouncing everything wrong on this shit. Hey, Talia, Sister Talia. God bless. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm wonderful. Thank you. But you didn't say too terribly wrong.
Oh, how did I say?
But I'm also in the demonology department. Ooh. And I'm the head of the intuitive department of SPUR as well. So,
wow, Shack of all. Oh, there is a Betsy down there. Okay, hold on. She's down on the bottom. I never had this many guests. Betsy's laughing. Yeah, I got you, Betsy. How can I forget my Betsy Lou? I've known Betsy for a while. She started following me, making me feel like a rock star, joining me and Heather on lives, all my excursions to Stephen King's house, to the graveyard house. Betsy's always there with me. She actually runs with the Searchers. Shane Pittman, Josh Purvis. She sells merch with them. She goes to a lot of stuff. She's kind of an independent on her own. A little bit about Betsy Brown Williams. She's a paranormal investigator, a bit witchy. She's a huge supporter in the field. As I mentioned, she helps out with the searchers and everything, but she's very much herself. So welcome, Mrs. Williams, Betsy.
Hey, how are you all?
It worked. I got 5 guests. Holy cow.
I know, and it's all ladies.
Haunted House beer, Allagash beer, really good. So, all right, we get someone to chat. What is going on? I believe it's another War Legacy member, Jeff Schlater. Says what's going on to Adam and everybody else. Oh, people, I'm kind of late to chat. There's a chat on the right, guys. We're having people tuning in. Emily Menhouse is awesome. She's the big name in the field. Thank you for joining us, Emily. And, oh, the puppies are off. Everybody warned me they got fucking dogs and cats, so it's going to be a crazy hour, guys. Heather's got a barn spider in her room, so it's show and tell for the hour. So let's go around the room. Let's do a little bit of talking to everybody that doesn't know. Just introduce each other like we're just shooting the shit us sticks. Heather, go first. We'll work our way around. Just say a little bit about yourself that I didn't mention.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining in chat, and thank you guys for the panel that we have. You guys are. This is going to be great. This is going to be fun. I am a firm believer that we know just like our brains and what we're available to have for knowledge. We don't know hardly anything. So the more people we connect with and the more people we talk to, it just triggers some past memories of ourselves. It helps our world to heal. So and people like you guys, the spiritualists and the people that work with love and light, it's just great. And I love to connect with you guys. So thank you so much for joining. A little bit about me, I don't really, you nailed it. You pretty much said everything in the intro. I do.
You know me, I'm the researcher. I sit here all day and I'm like, what can I find out about these girls? I'm on their page like stalkers. I'm like, all right, so CAHNI, okay. NIKKI, all right.
Yeah, he's very, very good with the details. So yeah. I've been as far as like witchy stuff for me, I've always had a hard time with that label witch. I've always known from a little child that the earth was bigger than me. At least that's how I felt back then. And as I've gotten older, I've learned that the earth is part of me. I'm part of the earth. We're part of each other. And I'm just kind of going through life wanting to learn more about that so I can pass that along to ancestors and everything. So yeah, I think that's about it for now.
I see everybody else nodding their head like, yep. Like you guys are all kind of the same cloth, so to speak. So very cool. That's awesome. CAHNI, what about you?
Oh my goodness. I've been in the paranormal for like my whole entire life. And, my life is just paranormal in general. I help people recall alien abduction experiences. I've helped people recall paranormal trauma and heal from that through the use of hypnotic regressions. I do a lot of shamanic healings, and that's always really, really cool. I do so much. It's like the paranormal is my life, and I can't imagine going to like a regular job during the day. Like that's not for me. Like this is
amen. Fucking normies, right?
Yeah, I can't. Like muggles, I can't. I never felt like I fit in, even as a kid. I just didn't fit in, and I couldn't figure out why. And as I got older, it's like, I'd had these jobs, and I'm looking at people. I'm like, how are you okay doing this? What's wrong with you? And then I realized there's nothing wrong with them. It's me, I just didn't belong and I didn't fit in. So I'm very grateful because I've really been drawn onto this path, and it's been very good to me, and connecting with so many amazing people and just continuing to learn. I'm just really grateful for that. And I have a lot of like cool adventures always planned. I love traveling it's just a great life. It really is. I'm very blessed, and I love teaching people. I own a spiritual center, and I teach people because my whole thing is I'm not some anomaly. Even with the psychic mediumship stuff, anybody can learn to do everything that I do. It just takes dedication and the drive and the desire to do it. So, I love helping other people to help themselves. And to spread it out in the world. I think that that's like super important, but I'm just really blessed. I'm just really happy. And, thank you so much for having me. I can't think of what else I've forgotten to say, but I could go
get into it
forever, so I won't.
Oh, I got a million questions for you, especially when it comes to the shaman stuff and the
Sure.
hypnotherapy. So, yeah, trust me, definitely save your voice because you're gonna be talking a lot. I'm gonna
Okay. I'm used to
it. Very cool, very interesting. You sound like Heather. Heather always, and you sound like all the girls here. I think everybody, for the most part, try to look for the good in life, especially nowadays. Ever since Corona, that really fucked everybody up.
For sure.
So anyway, Nikki Neal, what's up with you? Let's talk about your passion, your art.
Sure, yeah. First, I wanted to make a correction in the intro. I'm actually, I'm not in a band.
Oh.
I just play bass for fun.
Okay.
But I was in a band like many years ago, so I
saw your camera photos, so I shouldn't have assumed. Yeah. But you were rocking it with your bass, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's killer!"
Yeah, I have that up there because I briefly was in a band with a friend of mine who passed away.
Oh.
So I like to keep that as a memory, something nice together.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm focused on my artwork. I do all sorts of things, but it's usually, it's all spiritual, metaphysical focused. Like I do dragons that are hand painted and inspired by the crystals they come with, and just fantasy fun things like that.
She Holds a Moon is a great page, guys. If you go, you see her one of a kind artwork with like geckos and just different stuff, and it looks almost like hallucinogenic, almost like Grateful Dead-ish. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like you say, it's got a very spiritual touch to it. Like Heather told me, you probably get the biggest gem and jewel and rock collection she's ever seen in her fucking life. Like your whole house is like a vampire wouldn't walk even in the neighborhood. You'd be like, oh my god, what the fuck's all that? And vampire, you know what I mean, from a mile away. So you're definitely drawn to it,
Oh yeah, I love crystals. And I love, creating, there's endless inspiration there. There's so many. So I really
see metaphysical. When you say like the other side, is there something that you think links it to you? Is something that just guides you? I mean, you're pulled to this? Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like I can't overthink it when I'm doing the artwork because it's weird. It's like it's coming from somewhere else, and I have to keep my mind busy, shut my mind off, and let that something else just do its thing.
Wow.
Yeah. I get a lot of inspiration from dreamer. I'm a lucid dreamer. I do astral projection, so I'll get different ideas while I'm up there, and then try to recreate it in the artwork, which is really fun.
That's cool. It's almost like you let some sort of spirit guide you and let you do the work for you. Almost like, I don't want to say Illuminati, but like the singers say, they go, I don't know, I go up on stage and it just sings itself, Mariah Carey.
It's channeling. It's channeling.
Yeah. So that's very cool. But Heather told me that she's got spiritual talks with you a lot. You're very deep into the talk of it. I mean, you're like Heather. You're sensitive. Like she says, you guys have some down to the earth, So you're connected for sure. It seems like, you know what I mean?
Heather and I, man, we get into the coolest conversations, and we can like not see each other for 6-8 months. Mm-hmm. And then within 10 minutes, it's like, talking.
Yeah.
The other day we went off about like baptism and the symbolism of it. And that was within 10 minutes. I love it.
Everybody in the umbrella, like Connie said earlier, everybody, we'll get to you real quick, Talia. Thank you guys for being patient, Betsy. It's hard when you got 5 fucking guests. But what I want to say is like, that's one thing I think we all agree too, is that like when you're in this field, like Connie said, you kind of live it. There's weekend warriors that get their gummy bears and go hunting. But then there's people like us that literally just document and watch and look and try to get feelings and try to help people and learn and read. And I think like, let's get into you, Talia, now in your sisterhood. Thank you, Nikki, so much, by the way. And we'll get back to you in a minute. But you went from one spectrum of kind of witchy with, your own thing with the War and Legacy, which is, as Connie knows, is all around when it comes. We talk to everything from atheist to Satanist and beyond. But now you're in the sisterhood, and we're going to talk about that because you never stop learning. You never stop growing, and you're at another chapter in your life, and it's very exciting. Let's dive into that, sister.
Yeah. It came to a complete shock for me. Because since I was little, I'm a medium as well. So since I was little, I've always been different. I never felt like I belonged anywhere or to anybody. My family growing up in the South, Southern Baptist, you didn't talk about it. It was weird. So
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever talked about it until I was an adult. And I was just like, you know what? I'm different. And y'all are going to have to just deal with it. And they still don't talk about it, which is fine. But
fucking the South, man. They just
Right.
go let shit go, man. They still got rebel flags. They still think they won the fucking. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
So
I've been down there, man.
I met Archbishop Radcliffe, and I probably said that wrong. I think it's Radcliffe. If I did,
Oh, yes.
he'll get me later. He'll get me later. That's my prior general, and
he's gonna show up.
We
here
started talking, and I, as I'm starting my schooling and going through the seminary, I'm noticing that some of this stuff I've been doing my whole life, I just didn't know it. But I do own a coexist shop. I'm a partial owner in that. And we do delve into any and all religions, and we do cater to all of them. And of course, I cover the Catholicism part for our patrons. Yep. But it's a need to help people, but it's also a need to inform them, because we have a lot of stuff that we have to take care of that comes into my shop because they were misinformed, or somebody took advantage of them and said, "Oh, give me money and I'll help you." And instead of helping them by saying, "Here, I'm not going to charge you, but let me teach you and you help yourself."
Right.
And so I've always been really big on helping people. It's all I've ever wanted to do. And now I do the research and all of that for Ron, and I love it. And I'm deep into it. And I do live this life every day. Paranormal researching is not for just the weekends. I mean, I think I've done more research from June to now. I think I've done 89 cases and just back to back to back to back. So it is all about helping somebody and helping the dead when I can. But the majority of the time, I just really want to bring some peace to a human being at the end of the day.
Do you work with Father Kenneth from the Warren Legacy? Do you work with him?
Yes, he's in the same order that I'm in. Yes.
Okay, I thought it sounded familiar with, because I know he's good. Yeah, okay. And of course, CAHNI knows. I don't know if you know him or not. He's in the Warren Legacy. Ken Torres. So that's cool. That's cool because that's cool. You do a lot of good, a lot of help, and I think it's good to have the far spectrum. We couldn't have, even though you guys are like the same, we couldn't have the biggest bunch of fucking mixed colored Skittles if you wanted to. You're all bring something to the table, and that's cool. Hope I didn't offend anybody. No one's out there green, right? So we'll get back to you in a second. We will finish it off with Betsy Lou, who, what's up? Betsy. Congratulations on getting out of Colorado. I'm glad you get to see the Shining Hotel before you left, though.
Yes, thank you. That was very interesting and quite an experience. So
you get me a T-shirt. Just kidding.
I didn't even get a T-shirt.
I know. You had a coffee mug, though. Red rum.
Yes.
So, yeah, tell everybody. I mean, not everybody knows you. Me and Heather know you like a sister, for Christ's sake, or like a demented mother or brother or sister. But not a lot of people, they may not know you. So let's talk about yourself a little bit. Don't be humble now.
Well, I really don't know what to say.
I fucking knew it. Hey, I'm Lydia Dietz, and I'm of sound mind. The man you see is the one I want. If you ask me, yes, I love that man of mine. Beetlejuice. I watched it last night.
Well, I've dealt with paranormal all my life. The most vivid I can remember is at 2 and seeing a face in a second-story window when I'm on the first floor. It just kind of blew my mind. Then at 2, and it still has blown my mind.
TV just turned on,
Do what?
Your TV was off the whole time, and it just turned on in the background. Your TV.
Yeah.
It was off. I'm pretty sure it was off. Because now I'm like, oh, the TV's on. I would have noticed that before. Just letting you know.
Well, yeah, I think it was off.
I'm pretty sure it was off.
Well, my lamp started flickering the other night, so I had to take that light bulb out. And so I have.
You saw it here first, folks. Rewind.
Everywhere I go, it doesn't matter. It's just what I make of it. And right now, I am in an excellent place. I feel safe. Apparently, whoever followed me is good. They're not bothering me. The girls get freaked out, and when I say the girls, I mean my cats.
Heather calls her girls something else. So I mean, you made the move though, but the thing
Yeah.
is, you go a lot of places with the searchers, with Pittman and them. You go to fucking jails. You go to Las Vegas. I mean, you may have caught something on one of these crazy journeys when you're out there helping the boys sell the shirts and shit.
It's true. We've been to hotels, and not to mention I go to different places by myself.
You went to Myrtle's Plantation in Louisiana, yo. That's my fucking bucket list. Myrtle's.
Yes, Myrtle's was amazing, and I plan on going back.
Oh, I get goosebumps just thinking of that damn place. Oh, the history alone.
But yeah, I'm into history. And yes, I've been afraid to say out loud, I'm a witch, because I am Native American, and a lot of them don't understand really and truly witch is just another name for a shaman.
Well, you're kind of a witch doctor. You're like the Native American witch, kind of. You're like that time.
Well, there is shamanism in our history, so
very much so.
Knows
about that.
So I finally came clean. I came out of the closet and told my dad.
She's straight. She means talking about being a shaman. She's got a husband.
Yeah. So he was very surprised, but very supportive. So
well. Actually, real quick, we're going to touch on that real quick. Thank you so much for Betsy. I know, real quick, Temperance Grace had a fever of 103. She sent me a picture. She goes, I don't know if I can make it. I go, she goes, I feel so bad. I go, well, stay home. So Temperance Grace, Warren Legacy, shout out to her.
Feel better.
I hope she feels better. We'll get her again sometime.
So
she's really looking forward to it. I feel bad. So I pulled Betsy out of the hat. I go, hey, we can go 4 or we can fucking throw you on for extra shits and giggles. She goes, I'll do it.
I'm so happy.
So, real quick, just so because I know you girls check it out what I bought last week. Heather saw it. Carrie.
Oh, how cute!
Oh, cool.
Covered in blood.
I love it.
And I actually went to Hebron Academy in Maine, which is where Stephen King taught. And that's where he wrote Carrie when he was there. The gymnasium was the inspiration for the blood scene. And he wrote Carrie, and they picked up the rights to it. So he says, I quit. And that was his last job. And I went there the other day, Hebron Academy, and there was a bunch of kids. So I took 2 pictures, and I ran off so I didn't get labeled a pedophile. I was like, I was trying to get the building, and the kids are out there. I'm like, fuck, I left. You know what I mean? Get nervous. So I got Hamden Academy on my belt, Stephen King list. So let's talk about Halloween. Feel free, anybody, to me. We don't have to go in order. This isn't elementary school. Where do you all stand on Halloween? Do you all think it's just a bullshit holiday for candy? Do you all believe in the whole Celtic tradition, the whole old school pagan, All Hallows Eve, the Day of the Dead, November 1st being Saints Day? I mean, you guys must kind of think the religious side of Halloween, right? I believe it is. Feel free to
I will say, for me, that when it comes to Halloween, and we do a big Day of the Dead thing here. My grandchild is half Hispanic, so I have to make sure that her culture is represented. But for Halloween, for me, it's a nightmare, and I'll tell you why. It is because all the October witches come out. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
The weekend witches. Oh yeah, the once a year. As soon as November 1st comes, they're on to Christmas. Oh yeah.
November, December, and January, my shop is overrun with people who took the 31st and decided to go out and do whatever it is that they did. Yeah. And can you help me? Will you fix it? And so
what do you do? I had sex in the graveyard on a Ouija board. I didn't think it hurt anybody.
Exactly. And
we've all been there.
I do the fall festival here in town, and I go in with the kids and we have fun. But outside of that, I'm just like, you know what? I can't because my life is fixing to be extremely busy after the 31st. I can tell you that my phone's going to be blowing off the hook. I did this.
Look at Jeff. Jeff's comment. Everyone's house is haunted in October. Oh, yeah. I think there's spirits, Mom. The washing machine went off. It's on spin cycle. I don't get it. Get the fuck out of here. I know it's the same. I know. But those are the ones. Those are the ones that go and they buy Halloween Christmas decorations November 1st and they throw their fucking pumpkins away. We're the ones that live it, right, Connie? Like you say, it's a lifestyle. You don't tell me, Connie, you got shit set up. I know it's nice outside. The lights still out. You must live in Florida or something. It's pitch dark.
I do. I live outside of Tampa, so we just got hit with that hurricane.
Everybody okay? God bless. Awesome.
I was very, very fortunate. I didn't lose power. I didn't even lose Wi-Fi, even though it was a Cat 3 at my house.
Wow.
I was very, very lucky. Neighborhoods around me had no power. Some of them still don't have power. We, cleaned up as quickly as we could.
Good.
So I'm very thankful for that. I love Halloween. I think it's great. I think it's great for the kids. I think that, it's a lot of fun for a lot of people. It gives people, something to look forward to. It gives people, a break from just the mundane of everything. It gets people excited. I think that it's great.
What do you do personally? Do you have a certain tradition? Do you sit down and watch movies? Do you go out to a graveyard for the fuck of it?
Sometimes I investigate. 2 years ago, I was at Old South Pittsburgh on Halloween, and that was really good. My brother, his birthday was on Halloween. He passed in 2018, and so
sorry to hear that.
That's always like very special. And I have like a tattoo with a pumpkin on it for him.
Wicked cool. Bless.
And October is a very difficult month for me because 2 years ago, I lost my dad on the 11th and I lost my first husband on the 21st. And so I was, I was like, this is my favorite month. And now it's like also the most difficult month.
It's tainted.
And it's this duality of the month for me. But, I choose to celebrate and I choose to decorate and have fun. And I love just looking at all the decorations and looking at all the costumes and everything. So I try to just keep it positive. I really, I think last year was it a full moon on Halloween or was that
the year before Corona? Remember, it was a full moon. Yeah. The clocks went behind an hour.
Yeah,
it was time, and it was like gorgeous out. And they go, "Oh yeah, Corona, Halloween's canceled." Like, are you fucking shitting me? Yeah, that was a killer night.
I'm sorry. This whole thing about like let's move Halloween to the Saturday before.
Oh, no, get out of here. You can't change holidays. Why Halloween? Like, why not Easter?
Suck it up. Suck it up. Like as parents, like parents have to do what they have to do for their kids, parties tend to be the Saturday before, of course, but Halloween's Halloween. It doesn't need to move. And that's my TED Talk.
You know how many times you go for a ride for the holiday and your fucking tire pops? Shit happens. You fucking deal with it. You do what you can. And I love that attitude because Heather's mom passed away on Halloween night too. So Halloween's tough for her. But at the same time, that's our anniversary. We met October 13th. We went and saw Friday the 13th at an old school drive-in in Maine. And I slept on the couch. I didn't touch her. And we went a couple weeks. And then Halloween time, I went with her daughter and her trick-or-treating. I have a cow skull that I used to sing in a heavy metal band. And I've had a bunch of bands like Mushroom Head and El Nino sign it, a bull skull.
Cool.
And I carried it around. Her daughter carried it around. She goes, I'm going to name him Peanut Butter. I go, I love peanut butter. So I'll never forget that. 2017. And me and Heather have been kind of hitched. It'll be 5 years this year, actually. Holy shit. Coming right up.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Connie, for the insight. I'm so sorry you had trouble in your life. My mom passed away a couple years ago. I'm still mourning her. She died 3 months after Lorraine Warren. I know that because I met the whole family 3 months later when me and Heather went down and met Chris McKennell, Annabelle, Tony Spera, Judy Warren. Judy gave me a big hug. I go, my mom died too. And Judy Warren, Judy Spera gave me a big hug. And that got me catapulted into this field because before then I didn't really, I did my own shit. And I'm not going to turn this on me. It's about y'all. But real quick, just to explain myself to you guys, I guess, I kind of just started going back the other way and just kind of going, fuck it. I loved history, so I went to places that were historic and haunted. Like me and Heather spent all night in Lizzie Borden's in Fall River, Mass. And the other two families canceled, so we had the whole house to ourselves for $200. And we spent all night up. Oh, Heather fucking did dowsing rods in the room where the father died. And then upstairs played with the spirit box with the toys with the kids that got drowned next door by Lizzie Borden's aunt. Lizzie Borden's aunt drowned her own kids. Her cousins.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Right next door, and then she slit her own wrist, so there's 3 people dead. And then 10 years or 20 years after Lizzie Borden, some dude got killed with an axe in the house again. And that's no shit. That's what the tour guide told us.
So I had no clue.
Oh, yeah. Lizzie Borden's pretty wild. 1832 house. Fucking best night I ever had. I stayed up all night, pulled an all-nighter, man. I slept the fucking next day, 12 hours. But, me and Heather stayed in the murder room. You're pretty wild. Let's talk around real quick. I don't want to just focus on me, even though I could. Just kidding. Heather's laughing. Real quick, I got to show you this pup because it's cute as fuck. The leprechaun.
That's cute.
So let's go around the room. Let's talk about your favorite places too. And you can't say Lizzie Borden house, Heather. What's your guys' favorite places you've ever been to? I mean, even if it's not a historic place, if it's a graveyard, if it's your friend's house. Nikki, let's start with you because you're the quiet one, and I want to put you on the spotlight. What's one of your favorite places to go for a grounding? Is there a church? Is there a playground, a park?
Oh, grounding.
Well, or just in general, like I want to feel good. I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go to Camp Ellis or whatever.
My favorite place ever is Winchester Mansion in California.
Oh, the Winchester House.
Every time we go out there, I have to make a trip and go there. And
You've been there? Sorry for yelling.
Wow.
Love it.
She's buried in Connecticut. You know that, right? With her parents, the Winchester gun people are all buried in Connecticut. I got to get to their gravesite, Sarah Winchester. But the house itself is spooktacular. You ladies, have you all heard of that? Head nods? Yeah, Talia. You must have heard of Winchester. Connie, yeah.
I want to go there so bad.
Oh my!
Beautiful. I
Walls
love
to nowhere, and what's that like, Nikki? I mean, walking in, you must be just overtaken.
I wish that I know I get why they can't, but I wish that you were allowed to sort of go off on your own and explore, because it's very like structured, and there are certain areas that are off limits.
Oh,
but,
no shit.
They probably don't want people like falling through a door to nowhere.
Or with nowhere.
That's the pit of nails room. Don't go in there. We haven't...
It's like
unless maybe you want to do that. Who knows?
third
S&M style. Oh
and
my
open
fucking
the
word.
door.
Sorry, go ahead, Nikki. Shit. Because it really is like that. For those of you who don't know the Winchester house, Nikki, explain it. I mean, it's really a conundrum of clusterfuckus, right?
Yeah. It's a huge, huge Victorian mansion. And I mean, there's all kinds of like myth around it, legend that Sarah Winchester felt that she had to build all of these secret, rooms to keep the spirits of the people who had died Winchester guns during the war. Her husband created the Winchester rifles, I think.
Rifle, yep.
And
the factory's still there, abandoned, yeah. Killed what, 20,000 people? So that's 20,000. It never stopped. Construction, right? Every day and night there was new people, almost like that Money Pit movie with Tom Hanks that Heather loves.
They actually
I love that movie.
He falls through the rug. He opens up the mirror and there's a guy, hey, she's trying to brush her teeth. But that's can you spend the night there?
No, I wish. They have weddings there, and I guess like a Halloween store where it's all in the dark and you just have a flashlight, which I didn't get to do, but I loved it. I loved how, there were like stairs that just led to the ceiling. Or, I mean, there was one room where I opened a cupboard door and it just led to like, I think 7 rooms that you could see from inside the cupboard. I mean, it's all just like a maze of confusion, and I love that place.
Oh.
I'm great at home in there.
Oh, that's killer. And that's a bucket list for so many people chiming off in chat. Spurs checking in Talia's team. Category 3 hurricane looking like. Someone mentioned something about Florida earlier. I think it was saying Florida water. I think it was a joke, though. They wanted to know if you had Florida water.
Yeah, I think somebody was, we use Florida water for cleansing. And I think somebody was asking.
No shit.
If Talia had Florida water in her shop because they were looking for a supplier.
Yeah, it's right there in the chat. I didn't know. I thought they were being a dickhead, but that's a real thing.
No, it's a real thing. It's a thing. I used it all the time. A very specific
Heather, you hearing this?
There's so many kinds, but I use a specific one because I actually have to put it in my mouth. So.
You talking Florida Ocean?
Yes, got to be very careful with that.
Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to get the bottle. It's right by me. Hang on.
Yes, Florida water is a real thing. We don't happen to carry it because I've not found a place to buy it from that's reasonable yet. And 90% of everything in our shop is handmade. And then we go past that to what we cannot hand make that we buy and lines bit. But that is the kind that a friend of mine carries. So yes, I'm familiar with that kind of stuff.
I thought you meant like tap water or fucking ocean water. It's actually looks like a bottle. Look at me see that. Is that alcohol in that? Or is that a real
Yeah,
water?
it has alcohol in it. It has rubbing alcohol, but the kind that I have is not cologne. The cologne, if I put that in my mouth,
Sounds like Donald
really,
Trump
really
made it. Don't
this
drink
still
your glue.
burns. It still burns. It'll still burn you.
What do you do with Florida water? I gotta know.
It's kind of like moon water or
so I
holy
use
water.
it for cleansing a lot when I'm doing healings and things like that. I use it for
Nikki,
cleansing.
Betsy, have you heard of this? It's just the Florida thing or what?
No. It's not.
No.
The shamans in my lineage use it. Other shamans probably use it. People use it in spiritual practices. But I actually will put it in my mouth and blow it. It like mists out of my mouth. And that's very powerful because my breath is very powerful within the work that I do. But I use it to cleanse my hands a lot. You know, it helps with the energy and it's just really, really nice. So yeah, I have a lot.
If Heather wasn't on this right now, she'd be Googling it. I know she's dying to. She'll be checking that out because I'm fucking want to check that out. So
yeah, I love learning new stuff.
It's got a spiritual significance to it. It sounds like it's got some sort of
you can make it. You can certainly make it. I haven't made it myself, but I'd like to try. But one of my friends, she made some, and we're going to test it out. But this one, it's hard to explain. But when you put something in your mouth and you blow it, depending on the consistency of it, it depends on how it comes out of your mouth. And so although this isn't like thick, because of all the components in it, it comes out a certain way, and it's different as opposed to just regular water. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's a lot of different ways to work with it. You know,
it's my buddy. Awesome. It's my buddy Nathaniel from New Hampshire. He says it's not a joke. He goes, not a joke at all. He says he wants to know Talia. If you can add him on Facebook, he's legit. He runs a TikTok channel, but he's
Find me, because 5 minutes after this, I'll forget a name.
Yeah. So, yeah, add all the girls. I'm sure they're all pretty cool as long as you're not a pervert or a fucking weirdo. Nathaniel's not. He's a father. He does a YouTube channel. He does paranormal on your phone, paranormal apps, ghost hunting apps, and he rates them and shit. He's very thorough. He's in New Hampshire. He wants to hang out. He's always trying to get to the ocean-born Mary's house, and he can never make it. It's funny. Shit, I lost concentration because I'm fucking stoned now because I smoked that joint. Yeah. And I got another beer too. I had the haunted house, and now I got witch's tit.
Nice choice for tonight.
Witch's tit pumpkin ale. That's cute.
Yeah, it's made in Skowhegan, Maine. It's all homebrew. I try to make homebrew like haunted house. Allagash, which Allagash is where they saw aliens. I heard Connie say she's into aliens. Y'all into aliens all around? You guys into that shit? No, Talia? No. A lot of religious people aren't. You don't believe in that. You don't follow that.
No,
I don't know why.
It's not that I don't.
Okay.
I do. I don't. It's very hard for me to follow it because 90% of the time when you're like watching something about it, it leads into this very long conspiracy theory stuff. And I can't do the conspiracy theory stuff. So it's hard for me to like do in it. But I mean, I've seen a UFO. I believe that there's something else out there. In fact, everybody in the vehicle with me, my first husband and my children were going to the movie theater, and right over the airport, it was right there. And they
always happens at airports.
Nobody. It was sitting still, and we could not. It never moved. And all the cars with us were slowing down. You know, everybody's rubbernecking, going, "What is that?"
Oh,
so I can't say that they don't exist, but I can say
Goosebumps.
That not my.
That's wild. That's Betsy. You must have seen something out there in Colorado, no?
Oh yeah. Well, and I had the air base just right over the hills.
Why do they get lured to airports and air bases for? Wouldn't they want to stay the fuck away? You think, Connie? I mean, why do they get lured to? Are they in cahoots?
Possibly, or maybe they're pissed off about something, or they're checking on things. Who knows? But did you see there's some documentary where I guess they were trying to like test some nuclear thing, or I don't know what it was. And like they said a UFO like shut it down and it couldn't launch.
You heard that too, Betsy?
Yes.
I may be getting something wrong about it, but that's like the gist of it. Like
they tried to launch it.
Able to launch. I know
and
that.
You can hear them. They're like, "Did you just see that? Like, did that really just happen?" It was a no-go.
Yeah, my dad.
I mean, ghosts is one thing, but aliens is a whole nother. Am I gonna get anally probed? Am I gonna get taken away? Are they fucking gonna high five me? Is it that guy Paul and he just wants to smoke my bong? Like, what the fuck is it? So I don't know.
There's a reason behind the probing,
right? Huh?
There's a reason behind the
Yeah,
probing.
there's a reason behind the probing. The probing is actually extraction of semen, so that's why they.
Well, I guess I'm good there because. Well, I mean, no, from myself, you mean? That's weird. Oh boy. So anyway, before I throw up,
Don't do that. Not that type of show.
So let's talk shit. The chat's being kind of quiet, which is cool. We got a couple people watching. This will be on my YouTube channel, by the way, Historically Haunted. I got a YouTube channel. All my archives go there. I got like fucking. This is my 34th episode. My year anniversary is Halloween, believe it or not, so that's cool. Next week, I'm off. I might come on next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, I have Jeff Mudgett, the great-great-grandson of America's first documented serial killer, H.H. Holmes, who the Murder Castle is based off of. I can't wait to go one-on-one with Jeff Mudgett, so that's going to be cool, man. Going places, right? But in the meantime, I'm so blessed to have all three of you here. Oh, 3 of you. Jesus, what an idiot. All 6 of you here. I'm seeing triple. I'm seeing less than double. I did drink an edible too. Probably about 40 milligrams worth of an edible. I'm kind of not fucked up, but I got a good buzz. But I do my best work this way. This is when I can really document shit. So I want to ask y'all. Let's go personal real quick. Let's talk about what's your pastime when you're not into paranormal. Do you guys play tennis? Do you go to the movies a lot? Do you like to just relax, go swimming? Do you take tennis? What do you do for relaxation besides paranormal shit? Is there anything at all, or is it always go paranormal?
Nope. I go hiking. I'm always out in nature. I'm always doing something.
Love nature.
Until it's dark. And then I'm inside.
Then the paranormal kicks in. Then it's time to go.
No, then the frogs come out and I'm gone.
Fucking fear of frogs. She can stay in a morgue, but she can't fucking hang out with frogs. What a weirdo. Oh, Betsy. Heather, what about you? What's your thing to do relax?
I love right now. I do a bunch of painting, and I'm not talking about like I would call it real painting, but really, honestly, it's paint by numbers, and it sounds so silly. But I love these things. These things are like I'm actually putting a frame on this one right now, but these are like really big canvases.
I love that one.
Yeah, and then I have.
She's making me the guy that's screaming on the bridge. The old the girl's fanny sticking out.
Painted.
She's pretty.
Where's that?
Yeah,
that
the girl.
one.
She's got a beach towel. I don't know if you might get flagged for showing the fanny. I don't know, but yeah, whatever.
It's all right. That's a paint by number. Yeah, I have no talent. But it's something that relaxes me because it's like it comes with its little paint pots and little numbers, just like when you were a kid. Aww. And it's so relaxing, and I love it. So
I'm gonna relax. I wish I could stay with the little man. Oh, no worries, Nate. I know that always happens. You get your little guy. And we love you, Nathaniel Elwell. Thank you for tuning in every week. You're such a loyal listener. And keep rocking it in New Hampshire, man. We're going to go sleep out. I said your uncle heard Bigfoot tracks and you want to camp out. I got a sleeping bag. I ain't scared. 40 degrees. What the fuck ever. Let's go look for Bigfoot. Hit me up, please. I'll drive to New Hampshire. It's not that far from Maine. Let's talk about, okay. So, all right. So also you love to go to the beach. You love to go to Camp Ellis. You love to go walk. You walk barefoot in the salt water this morning. There's little fucking tadpoles and little eels eating at your feet.
Well, they're not yet. Yeah, they're little.
Look, a little crab. I go, oh my god.
They're like little shrimpy things. Like you know how you've seen people put their feet in these tubs of like, and the fish eat the whatever's off the dead skin. So I was. It's the Atlantic Ocean here in Maine, and I'm just walking in the water, and I'm feeling little tickles on my feet. And I look down, and it was just like this little baby shrimp, little tiny little thing, and it was so cute. Next thing I know, all his brothers and sisters swarm my feet. I stood there for a good 5 minutes though because they were cute.
The place where she goes a lot is in Saco, Maine, which is by the Saco River. It comes from the Saco Lake from New Hampshire, and it comes into the ocean. Long story short, I'm not going to blob you guys. We're going to have to go a little bit over because I got a lot more to talk about if you guys are cool with it. But right there is Wood Island Light, which recently got named the fifth most haunted place in America. Look at the fucking list. I shared it not long ago on my group.
Cool.
It's literally beat St. Albans Asylum. It beat Eastern State Penitentiary, which I went to in Philadelphia, America's first penitentiary. There was an axe murder there in the 1800s. A guy living there killed the sheriff with his own gun and then killed the family with an axe and then shot himself. and there's like a triple murder there, and people still hear it. They hear gunshots at night. It's right off the coast of Maine. George Washington was there back in the day and commissioned it. There's also sea serpents seen in Maine. Oh my God! Any of you been to Maine besides Heather, obviously, and Nikki? Nod of your head. Connie, you never been to Maine or New England? Salem?
I'm from Maryland, but I did not go, farther up.
Edgar Allan Poe. He's in Maryland, right? That's a Maryland thing, right? Who the fuck's dinging? Turn your phone down.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I'm just kidding. So that's cool, Maryland. But you never been to Salem? You never been to Mass?
I have not. I'm going to be traveling a lot next year, though. So I got a lot of traveling that I'm doing. So I'm probably going to get up there next year.
Well, like I tell all my guests, hook or by crook, if you're ever around here, we're 2 hours from Salem. Me and Heather know every place. From the House of Seven Gables to where Corey Giles was pressed to the little Tic Tac shocks where you can get all the sage you want. So we'd love to hook you up and show you some cool places. If you're around, it'd be great. That'd be killer. Talia, you ever been to Maine, New England?
No.
I know Betsy never has.
The furthest place I went.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I loved it. That was a weekend treat. But
where was it? Where was it?
New York. We stayed in Manhattan.
Heather did. She
Across
fell
the
in love
street
with
from
it.
Carnegie Hall. Because I sang in Carnegie Hall, and we ate at Tavern on the Green, and we actually sat at the table. Like, okay, now I'm going to show my geek off. Okay. So if you're sitting at the table that I sat at Tavern on the Green, we were in the glass room when Rick Moranis runs into the window in Ghostbusters begging for help.
Oh, with the dog came after me.
We were right there.
Way. I'm fucking geeking out now.
We loved
That's
it.
awesome.
We loved it. So I did that. But if I just go with my peaceful place, this is really weird, but it's very true. We have a very big cemetery up here, and
love it.
I've posted pictures a lot of it. It's called Rose Hill. And y'all gotta remember I'm from Central Georgia. So but we go there, and they have a Catholic part of the cemetery. And there is one priest buried out there. And every time I go out there, that is where I find my peace. I don't know why I'm so peaceful.
I think cemeteries are gorgeous. Some people can't stand them, but especially in New England, you got the crossbones and you got the weeping willows. I go, this is gorgeous. It's a free museum, Talia, right?
It is. We love it. We go out there all the time. I just happen to love the place. There's so much history there. And so many stories behind some of the stones.
What's the name of it?
We take the whole family. I mean, the whole family goes, and we ride through, and we get out, and we look, and
family thing. Make some bologna sandwiches. Kids are having a picnic. That's what they did in the 1900s. They fucking ate at cemeteries. They brought sandwiches. What's the name of it, Talia? Can you name drop it?
It's called Rose Hill.
Ooh,
it's in
beautiful.
Macon, Georgia. And it's actually a collaboration of like 4 or 5 graveyards that were sectioned off back in the day, but now are all big one. And there's 2 more right next to it, and those are lovely too. They're just not as big as that one. And if you go on my page and look at my photos, you will see pictures there all the time. In fact, the photo that I sent you for this, where I have the viney wall behind me, that was taken there.
Oh man. I tell you, I think Nikki and Heather can both agree when it comes to graveyards. I tell you, especially in New England, I don't know. It's a park, but you don't have to worry about, for the most part, you have to worry about dogs shitting, kids fighting, food trucks set up, people walking around doing parades and wanting their rights and all that shit. You go to a cemetery, dude, and you're left alone because if people see you, they go, look at fucking Lurch. Look at the Addams family. And you're just like, Satan. But you're just trying to sit there, relax. You're like, leave me the fuck alone. It's your little sense of peace, right?
Yeah. Well, I take my holy water with me, and if I feel that anything is, off kilter or unhappy, because, I put mine in a little spray bottle. But because they do have vandalism and stuff that go out there, if I feel like if I'm getting the feeling that somebody's spirit is at unease, I'll spray it and, try to settle the soul and keep on moving. It keeps me really good on my spiritual gifts too, because with the spiritual discernment, that really has helped with that too. So, I try to, plus we go out there and clean up. Okay. We volunteer and clean up.
I do that
We
too.
just love that place so much, and it's so full of history that everybody should do that. And so we go out and we clean it up, and I go out there and commune with the spirits and make sure everybody's great. And I just recently, the one I was talking about, the priest, the time before last we went, he had statues all over his grave, Mother Mary's and everything else. And somebody had come through and destroyed all of that and thrown it all over his grave and all over the woods. Well, I had a Saint Benedict medal, so I took mine off my neck and shoved it underneath the edge of his stone. And when I went back this last time, it was still there. So I hope that brought him some peace, because it was just horrible.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. Is it get stolen? Do the workers take it? There's a witch. I say witch, and I mean that term loosely. Mary. Oh, there's the burp. I just burp witch's tit. So Mary Nason was killed in the 1800s at 28 years old for being an herbalist and an exorcist. I think CAHNI, being a shaman, is almost clarifying as being a witch nowadays in a way. People would kind of find that spiteful. That's what this girl was. And she got killed. And they put you can ask Heather, they put a cement slab, about a 4-inch thick slab, right above her grave so she wouldn't rise from the dead. And you can see the cover. You can see her picture. Me and my mom touched it before my mom passed away, and it had a red eye on it. That's right in York, Maine, named after Yorkshire, England. It was founded in 1626, 6 years after Plymouth Rock. Pretty old town. York's got a lot of history. It's got that old jail there. So you go to her gravesite. Every time I go, there's a fucking black crow. You guys all believe in familiars? You're all animal people, so I can imagine. Yeah. So long story short, every time we go, there's everything from hotel cards to bottles of vodka to fucking what, Heather? What else?
There's everything. There's people have left spells. Yeah.
Ancient pennies. There's notes. And then you go the next time and it's all new shit. It's all new hair ties. And where does this go? Are you stupid enough to steal from a grave, or is it the caretakers? You all seem like you pretty much respect the other side, which I think some people don't. And that's I don't know. Yeah. That's not good. Connie, what about you? Where's your peaceful place? Where's your place to kind of go and chill? One of your favorite local places or something?
I love walking in there's a park. It's the Hillsborough River State Park, and it's right along the river. And I always see alligators and turtles and otters. And I just love going out, being outside, going to the beach, just getting as much as I possibly can from that. And I love trashy, shitty TV shows.
Yes.
Love After Lockup and
we talking Jerry Springer. We
talking. I don't watch that stuff all the time, but I don't watch TV a whole lot. But it's nice to just get away from the world and just see some crazy that's going on, and
feel better about your own life. I thought I was fucked up.
I like going to like different little weird shops and looking around and window shopping. And,
that's what Nikki and Heather do. They go to fucking thrift stores and flea markets and candle shops, and Heather comes home with 14 gems and a candle that's half burned already, and fucking a picture of a gecko with 3 legs or something. It's like, what the fuck? But that's cool. Do you find vibes off that shit? Of old? I feel like thrift stores could be the most haunted. How many fucking Annabelles are in there, right?
For sure.
You see, you're all laughing. Talia, do you believe in that thing? I believe things can be haunted.
Well,
if you go to a thrift store, you have old books from this 1800s. How many fucking people died and their kids go, sell it at a thrift store?
And that was like the most beloved possession.
Right. Because it's funny you bring that up. But because of our shop, people bring us stuff like that. And, we're just like, okay. And then I have to, I have a vessel or something with an attachment. And I'm like, I don't want this. It doesn't feel good. So, we end up having to go take care of it. And, I bury everything. That's the way that I handle it, with holy water and salt. So,
well, I got to ask you something that kind of ties in with NIKKI. Where do you stand on rocks and gems as far as power goes, and as far as protection, like selenite, like what's one of the big ones? I forget. I don't know the names of these fucking things. But I got tourmaline. I got all these little guys. I got them after my car accident when I died for 38 seconds 2 years ago in a head-on collision, and I came back.
I own. Rocks. A lot. I own a
What?
lot. I own a very lot of them.
Yeah, let's show and tell time. I want to see what you guys got. I know I told you guys all bring some good shit. NIKKI is the rock and gem queen, so I want her to fucking
Yeah, I mean, I have
test
a,
y'all because she literally knows her shit.
I literally have a lot of stones, but I've had them my whole life. Some were my first husband's, so they'll be handed down to my kids. Now, protection when I'm out.
Wow,
Or
that's the real deal.
St. Benedict's medal, my rosary. I carry my holy water, my holy oil, and actually, I do have a stone on right now.
A necklace?
Yes, it's right there, and it's a quartz. It's Tibetan quartz crystal.
Quartz. I hear quartz so often. I feel like that's
But
the
it's
head.
clarity.
Yeah.
It's clarity for me, and it helps me, especially with the empath part of me. It helps me balance that empath, so I can see clearly what's my emotion and what somebody else's, and I can kind of push their stuff to the side because it's very overwhelming. And our shop is inside of a flea market, so it's always busy, and they have to physically stop me sometimes because I'm such the helping person that somebody will walk by with something attached to them, and they're like, they didn't ask you for help. Come back here, come back here, come back here. And I'm trying to, come here. Let me take that off.
Why are rocks in gem stores like NIKKI's is in the back of a parking lot in a fucking warehouse in the back corner? You're gonna go one day a week. Why are they like literally like you're buying like a young prostitute from Jamaica? Like, why are rock stores so fucking twisted? You need to know what's the password. I'm like, fuck, is it speakeasy time? I'll have a shot of whiskey, Jim. Like, what? It's rocks, right? But a lot of stores, dude, yeah, they're in the flea markets or in warehouses. NIKKI, like, what? I mean, you cherish all of it. Do you have, I guess it's like asking if you have a favorite kid, but do you have a go-to one that you're like, all right, I need to bring, because you can't bring 500 stones. You bring tourmaline. Like, what's your go-to?
So if I have to stay, I mean, if my room wasn't such a mess, I would show you that. I'm gonna like
show.
But if
no
I
pressure.
have, can I spin the camera around? I don't even know how to do that.
Of course you can. Cost, dude. Cost.
How do you
It's
do
8
it?
o'clock. We're going to go a little bit longer. If you all mind, we'll go to 8:30. I'm allowed 2 hours. Is it cool? I know it's hard when you get 6 guests, 5. So I want to include her collection because it's massive.
Is that showing? I'm trying to do it.
Yeah. It's a little bright, but it shows. Yeah, the broom's cool. I love that.
I've got like.
Oh, wow. There's the mother load. There's the money shot. Yeah.
This is my really. Can you see it? I can't tell.
Oh, wow. That's
These are
one?
all the high-end ones. And then this is a mess, but all these guys. I mean, they're everywhere.
Wow. I love that octagon thing on the wall. The octagon thing on the wall's got one in each slot.
I've got little, and it's in the rest of the house too now.
Well, I'm gonna go to Betsy next, but I want to ask you all, and you can chime in regardless. This is fucking hard. But like, do you really know, like, okay, like, can you feel the power and go, this one's because I'm feeling negative, or this one's helping me because I need the extra oomph, or this one's just like, can you really tell, or do you write it down? This one's for this. I mean, it's because there's got to be thousands of these fucking things, right? Like, I don't fucking know. I'm trying to learn, and it's hard.
So the shop that I work in, I work in a crystal shop part-time called Lavish Earth, which is wonderful.
That's what it was, Lavish Earth.
And,
shit.
I love the way that Amy, my boss, does it, because rather than it being like you come in and they say, you need this. This is for this. It's all open, and there's drawers you can open up and all these nooks and crannies, and it's like
I went in that time with Heather. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole philosophy is like trust your intuition, and you know what you need, like see what you're drawn to.
If I was a wizard, that'd be my porno shop. I was like, whoa, there's half quartz, there's these things lit up, there's dragon heads, there's incense, there's sage. I go, oh, goody. I jumped up and clicked my heels together.
Sometimes the ones that like end up helping me are not necessarily what, like if I were to get like a book and it would have listed, this does this, this, and this, it might do something entirely different for me or for you, I try to not be like
Interesting. You guys agree to that, Connie? You're shaking your head, Heather. You guys agree that I think even though it's got a base thing, it kind of goes each one. What may work for Nikki doesn't quite work for Betsy, so to speak.
Yeah, I
Really?
mean, shungite, I love it. I have to have shungite. But I have a friend who
Talia like shungite.
she just mailed me a big chunk.
Never heard of it. I never heard of it.
I can't have it, and I couldn't even. I picked it up, and I felt nauseous.
Oh, you're a demon.
She's like, I had to have my dog like pack it to send to you.
Wow.
I mean, I've got it. I specifically put it all around the head of my bed because it helps with like lucid dreaming and things like that.
Hey,
but it depends on, if somebody's not into that sort of heady, dreamy stuff, then that's probably not going to be a good one for them. But
yeah,
I just say trust your intuition and see what you're drawn to. You're probably drawn to it for a reason.
I agree. Psychic medium Alexandria Sarr, she's fantastic. Thank you for joining us. I agree, and especially you would know because you're the one that kind of brought Heather to this. Remember when Heather went and Heather's like, "You got to see this place," and we went, and it's literally like it's Wizard Cove or Protection Cove, and I was intrigued by that because my mom was always into that marble stuff, and she always believed spider plants. Remember those plants that you got? They're called spider plants. She always believed those did something, and weeping willows. And she's the old school Italian. She always believed these things, and I always thought it was hubbub. Like sage. What does sage really do? Lavender? Get the fuck out of here. Holy water? Okay. But the older I get and realize it, these things have properties like the spirits do or we do. Earth, wild, wind and fire, so to speak. And I got my own sage plant now. Heather's kind of tending it to me. I got that growing. I can't wait to burn sage. And so that's cool. Oh, it got dark really quick, Connie. Holy shit.
I know. And my light burned out. I have another light in here and it just burned out.
There's something to get you, Barbara.
Demons.
So let's talk about Betsy, fuck, I can't leave the Lou alone. What about you, Betsy Lou? Because you're a witch. What's your go-to for the little I love for scent myself is Palo Santo. I believe it's trees from Jerusalem and it takes 3 years to dry, but Palo Santo sticks, huh?
Yeah, I like Palo Santo. I also like my copal. I love my copal, and I get them in incense.
That's a native term. It's got to be.
Copal sage.
Oh,
yeah.
Copal. COPAL.
Not as strong smelling as white sage. Yeah. But my favorite.
You're right, Nathaniel.
My kind of go-to right at the moment are my feathers. I have a hawk feather that actually passed away in my mom's house. It flew into her house and died.
Oh.
So we took it and we actually gave it a ceremony, and I asked if I could have a feather, and it actually dropped as I was putting him in the graves.
Of course you had a ceremony, Pet Cemetery lover.
And then
the drum.
In Colorado, we were getting in the truck, and an oriole dropped a feather as we were getting in the truck to head out and leave. So those right now have some meanings. And of course, I have all my stones. I have lots of raw onyx and polished onyx.
Onyx is big. I hear a lot too. Yep.
Tourmaline. And then my most prized possession right now, and I cannot pronounce it, so you ladies, please help me. Amazonite. How do you pronounce that?
Yeah, Amazonite.
Thank you. Oh, I did it again.
Well, so it does sound goofy. Amazonite. Okay, I wouldn't think it sounded like that, but I think we Amzite, but Amazonite.
It's very raw, but
hold it up to the camera, Betsy. Hold it up closer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it's a cube.
Really,
does it seem like that normally, Nikki? Usually, yeah.
But it's a beautiful blue.
Oh, I see. It's light tinge blue.
Light
Baby blue.
there, but
Baby
it's
blue.
absolutely gorgeous. And then it's got like.
Oh, and there's two of them now.
No, there's not. And then like they've got quartz. It's
so pretty.
That is pretty.
So pretty. So, I have an app, and it said it's used to help with your clarity and your gifts. So we're going to find out on my next investigation when I go.
And where are you going?
I'm actually going to go to the poly jail by myself.
Oh, don't go by yourself, Lou. You got to go with someone.
Well, I mean, not by myself. I'm not going
Oh, boy. Okay,
a
you'll
group
say.
or anyone. There's a couple of us that we're going to meet up and go. But
Wow.
yeah.
Well, very cool. Good luck with that. I can't wait to see the pictures. I know you love your investigations and shit with the crew. I want to jump around because I've been dying to ask fucking Connie this. What is a hypnotherapist? You really are like, you make people just kind of like forget how to, not like quit smoking or lose weight, right? But it's like the real deal with their life problems, or?
So I use it for smoking, weight
What do you
loss,
do? Okay.
trauma, of course, tons of past life regressions, motivation, test prep, just moving on from things, relationship issues, anger issues. So hypnosis is a natural yet altered state that we go into on a daily basis. And for people that do guided meditation, it's similar to that. So it's kind of like I help you to relax, and I can't force you to go in. I can't force you to do something that you don't want to do. It's very much, you have to do the work, and I coach you along type of thing. And everything that's going on, everything that I'm saying. It's not truth serum. You can lie to me.
Wow.
End it if you didn't want to do it anymore. So it's important to dispel myths and misconceptions, because your mind is so powerful. It can create your reality. Like, there was somebody that they saw a poster and they were like entranced. It was for a hypnotist that was coming into town, and they were stuck. And so they had to get the hypnotist there early to break them out, because they were under.
Wow.
But the truth is, you're not under anything. You're not under anybody's control. So I'm always very quick to dispel the myths and misconceptions. So I can help people to regress back to memories, regress back to childhood, to trauma. Your subconscious can lie to you about it. So, like I said, it's not truth serum, but something can come up. But by healing a false memory, you can heal a real memory, and you can really get closure with it. And before, I didn't know what closure was. I'm like, can I just buy it at Target? Like, I don't get it. People say write a letter. That never worked for me. But
$39.99 on sale this week only.
Right. So it's really, really different, and it's really, really cool. And it changed my life immensely. And that's why I chose to pursue it myself. But I mean, it's truly amazing, the experiences that you can have. And I'm amazed too, because I go along on this journey with my clients, and it's just so cool to see them get in there and do the work. And you can literally recreate a memory. So you can go in and change the memory. And when you come out of hypnosis, you're like, okay, I know what really happened. I didn't really change the memory, but you get closure by having this fantasy when your subconscious mind is open. So that's essentially how it works. It's really cool.
That's a fucking Matrix type. I'm trying to think, because honestly, dude, like, I was in that car accident. Like I said, I died. I remember coming back from therapy. I no surprise, I talked to a therapist once a week, and it was back before Corona, so I could actually go and see them with the virtual bullshit. And I was coming back, and it's when the Little Caesars had the cheeser. I ordered that. Me and Heather loved it before they went bullshit and didn't bring it no more. So I ordered it, and that's all I remember is waking up in an ambulance, or a hospital. Oh yeah, an ambulance, and them ripping my clothes off me, giving me the paddles to the chest, reviving me from dying. I don't remember the car accident. They told me I pulled myself out, and I was making bystanders laugh until the cop showed up. I was in a ditch in Scarborough, Maine, over there by the S-turns, and I had salt water and shit on my car. I don't remember anything, Connie. Is that something you think I could dig out? I don't want to relive it, but I'd love to know what the fuck happened, because I told Heather my airbags in my car are orange, and my mom, who's passed away at the time, told me, get out, my boy, get out, my son. And airbags are white. Well, in the Ford Fusion, they're orange. And we went back 2 days later to get my wallet and shit that survived some fucking how. My phone, everything survived. And my car was demolished. And I learned to pretty much walk again. I'm still getting heart problems. But anyway, I can't remember shit, Connie. I can't remember anything but the hospital. I remember calling the pizza, and then I woke up, and they're like, you know what? Hey, Adam. I go, what the fuck? My shirt was ripped off. I had a Searchers shirt on. It was the Freddy Krueger one, Betsy, the black. Ripped it in half, ripped my pants in half. Yo, who can we call? I could left my cell phone and wallet in the car, couldn't think of shit. They called Heather 3 hours later, blah, blah, blah. with your thing, I digress. With hypnotherapy, is that something I could dive in, you think, with work?
It's possible, but I'm not certain, because there are certain times when the subconscious shuts off, and if there's any type of like brain trauma or something like that, you know, it can shut off. It can shut off if there's alcohol involved. It can shut off, you know, just if something like, people will come to me sometimes because they lost something and they're trying to find it. And sometimes the subconscious just shuts off. And so it doesn't always record. But, you know, I tell people, you know, definitely it's worth a try if that's something that you want to explore, but I can't make any guarantees with that. And it could bring up something that's not true. It could bring it up for the purpose of healing. But sometimes when that happens, you know, like, okay, that's not what happened. Or sometimes it's like, oh my God, like that's it. Like
that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about kind of getting stress or anxiety, finding out what the fuck happened, and better off just
your subconscious may not want you to know.
That's what I figure about.
But it may later on, you know, later on down the road, it may allow that. But it just depends, you know, it's something that you really have to be ready for. And your subconscious will always protect you. It's not going to do something to like super traumatize you and make you have a panic attack or anything like that. It won't do that.
Your body doesn't sabotage you like people like think, so to speak. Do you tie that in with your shamanism? Because that's an old tradition, like with Santeria and shit. Shamanism is something people don't really talk about much. Where do you all stand on that religious aspect of it? Talia, do some shamanism, is that something you welcome? Because you say you're kind of open to all religions, huh?
Well, I'm half Irish and half Native American. I know this shocker, huh?
Yikes, Spitfire. There's a battle in you.
Right. So, you know, the running joke of our families where we were all alcoholics waiting to happen. But
sorry.
So I was raised with that Irish side, and I was raised with that Native side. So it's something I've been around my whole life. So I don't really, it doesn't bother me as much as it may others. I mean, it's not something I practice, but I am a very much so an each to their own kind of person. So I try to be that way with everybody and everything. I know people, you know, there's that assumption because I'm Catholic that I'm going to be very judgmental about what other people do or what their faiths are. And with my background and the things that I've been through in my life, I'm just not. I am very.
I think a lot. I'm kind of raised.
Right.
Yeah, I was kind of raised Catholic too, and I think that's more '90s Catholic, '80s, '90s. Thou hate everybody but thyself. You know, I think I've kind of grown from that. I call myself a recovering Catholic, even though I'm still Catholic. Technically, I'm still Christian. There's a lot of good in that. It's overshadowed by some shit. I think Satan tried his hand a little bit in there with the priesthood. I think, but the real true Roman Catholic stands true. The Celtic, the ones that have the food banks and the food pantries. Not a lot of religions out there offer free help like the Catholics do, and Christians in general. Food banks and you name it. Shelter. Church is always open, free to anybody, man. So
well, the order is not Roman Catholic. We are a break off away from Roman Catholic, and so we do.
Under the umbrella of Christianity, but
than most Catholics. So we're a little bit more open in some aspects than other Roman Catholic is.
Yeah.
But
right. You kind of follow the time. I mean, St. Michael's a great saint, the Archangel St. Michael. I mean, fuck, I've seen Legion. I know what goes on. That's a crazy movie. You ever seen Legion where the girl crawls on the roof? Your baby's going to fucking die. And Mark, Angel, Michael, and Gabriel come down. Oh, boy. So that's good because you're on the same team, so to speak. Like you're in the NFL, you're just not on the same team, so to speak. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think you take the good and bad with everything. And congratulations again on being a sister. I know we got about 15 minutes left. We're going to go a little bit over. I'm glad you girls are so patient. I'll have to have you on my radio show. My year anniversary for that is Halloween as well. I'm open in November, December. It's every Friday from 8 to 9, and it's talking only. There's no visual. And to me, that's better because people aren't concentrating on looking at what the fuck's in the background. Hey, is that Chucky? Whoa. They're kind of just listening to it on the radio, and they can pay attention better. And one-on-one's kind of better, too. But I'm glad you all came on. Let's go around the room and let's plug some shit real quick. Betsy Lou, did I miss any questions with you, Betsy Lou? Your TV's back off. Did you shut it off?
I turned it off.
You should have said it. You should have said you didn't. We'd have been all fucking out of it. We made the headlines tomorrow. Oh, real quick, let's make it fun before we plug some serious shit because we got 15 minutes. Fuck them. It's that time of year, kids. Halloween. Let's go around the room. Heather. I know the answer, but I know you want to tell me what's your top 2 or 3 Halloween movies. What's your go-tos? You hocus pocus type of girl, sister.
I love my hocus pocus.
We went to the filming sites in Salem with the both houses, Max and Danny's house and the dance house. Go ahead.
Yes, I haven't seen the second one yet. I'm waiting to watch that with my oldest daughter. She was born 29 years ago, the same year Hocus Pocus came out. So we
Heather had it when she was 4. Heather was 4 years old.
I was not 4. I was 16. I was not 4. So we kind of grew up just watching Hocus Pocus together. So her being an adult, obviously. I have to wait for her to get some time off, and then I'm going to do the Hocus Pocus thing with her. So I can't wait to see that. Another huge...
Which you're a witch. I mean, when I met you, the reason why I met Heather, I was friends with her because I kind of wanted to kind of hook up with her friend because I was in a band, and Heather liked another band. And then I started liking Heather, and then I went to Salem for the first time, and Heather had gone 45 times before me. And I went to the witch house and Heather put a heart, and I go, ooh, and I was single. I go, woo, and I'm like, what's up, you want to go on a date? And all it took was a goddamn heart. So now we are. But anyway, she's my Salem witch, man. We've been to it all.
Yeah.
From Hawthorne Hotel. We walked in a Hawthorne Hotel. They're having a wedding. The thing we're here for the wedding. We walked in, went up the thing where the Bewitched girl stayed. Samantha, right from Bewitched, who was Lizzie Borden's third cousin. Third cousin, believe it or not. I should know her name. Samantha. Fucking help me out. Bewitched.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you. That's Lizzie Borden's third cousin. Her dress, she played Lizzie Borden in a 1980s movie, and her dress that she wore is in Lizzie Borden's house. And she's Lizzie Borden's third cousin. That's just pretty neat. But anyway, go ahead. So anyway, Hocus Pocus, Salem Witch.
Yes, Hocus Pocus is a favorite, and honestly, like I watch these movies year long. I don't really have like a favorite. This one has to come out during Halloween.
Family. We watch
it's just all the time. So
keep you all at bay. Don't follow me home. None of you. You all stay here.
If it was gonna be
on this podcast, you don't enter my trailer in fucking Maine.
If it was gonna be like a real scary movie, for me, that's always gonna be The Exorcist. Like I can't. That movie just hits home, and it's just. I don't like. I mean, I watch it, but it freaks me the hell out. So yeah,
you're a Stephen King girl, though. We watch our Maximum Overdrive. We just went to the. If you ever heard of Night Shift, which was Stephen King's novel, it was into the movie Graveyard Shift, where a bunch of rats and a giant bat kill a bunch of mill workers. That mill is Barnstable Mill in Harmony. Great name for a town, Harmony. Harmony, Maine. Me and Heather went. And I'm going to Friendship, Maine next week, where Casper the Friendly Ghost was filmed with Christina Ricci. That's in Friendship, Maine, and Camden, Maine. I'm going to go there. So me and Heather do a lot of filming sites together. We went to where the first ever the hamburger was invented in 1895.
That was delicious.
In New Haven, Connecticut. Lou's Lunch.
But enough of that. Let's hear about their Halloween.
Way to Sleepy Hollow. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. It was so much fun. Connie, what are your favorite movies this time of year? Are you a Hocus Pocus girl too?
I love Sleepy Hollow.
Oh,
I love that movie.
It's just when they walk through the woods in the beginning, huh? The dark woods. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love Skeleton Key. That's a really, really good one. I don't like gory stuff. That's just not my thing. Yep.
You're more a psycho type girl or fucking
The
whatever.
Others. I love The Others. Yeah. Those are probably my go-to movies.
So you're kind of more, I mean, obviously you're the shaman hypnotherapist, but like you mentioned earlier, you're kind of into the other side, the other, like the ET side. You're kind of into otherworldly, so to speak, or like the alien type side. Is that fair?
Yeah, I just kind of started getting into that. I was on an investigation recently. It's an ongoing investigation, but this location has Native American spirits. I've had 2 Bigfoot encounters there and some UFO stuff. So this is like, wow, this is a really, really good one.
You're right, Jeff. It's almost a documentary. The others is almost a documentary, Jeff says, from the Warren Legacy founder, Jeff Schlaughter. Jesus, is it Schlaughter with a C, though? That's a cool name. Yeah, it is kind of a documentary, kind of like me and Heather have been to where Betty and Barney Hill are buried in Portsmouth, Kingston, New Hampshire. Betty and Barney Hill, America's first abductees from
Mhm.
aliens back in New Hampshire. And their house where they both died in. Barney died 9 years later of a brain hemorrhage. Do you believe that's alien related? Him dying of a brain hemorrhage 9 years after he got fucking abducted? I mean, you
He
tell
was
me.
young. He was still young.
He was in his 50s, and and then she'd lived to be 94, and she could pinpoint the galaxy. Yeah, that's the Milky Way. That's the fourth dimension. There's the black hole. I mean, come
Here's
on.
another question. What
Come
about
on.
all the experiments they did on him after he said he was abducted? What about those? Could
Where's
that
the
have caused-
autopsy? Not that I want to see the footage, but what did they write? Did they find a small worm in him? Did they find a chip? Like, why is it so hush hush? And as you know, Connie, and I think everybody, Area 51 was hush hush until 4 years ago. Now they go, yeah, aliens exist. Fuck you. They're seen above the White House now. And oh, yeah, that's right. So, I mean, like Talia said, she's seen them too. She doesn't believe in the whole, so to speak, Men in Black type theory. But there's some shit going on. You guys, what do you guys think about skinwalkers?
Oh,
That's some wild shit.
That's some like craziness to think about. There's so many things out there that we don't have an understanding of.
The ocean,
And it's kind of like, okay, if you encounter something like that, like, can you defend yourself spiritually? Do you have to shoot it? Like, how do you handle it? You know what I mean? It's completely different. Same thing with aliens. You know what I mean? It's like, if they try to do something and it's hostile, I had an encounter with Bigfoot recently, and it was trying to grab me. It was coming up behind me.
Connie, why didn't you fucking say something earlier? Are you shitting me?
I was doing a CE5. Okay, so I was trying to connect.
What is that? What's a
So
CE5?
CE5, it's Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. So, there's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So it's like seeing a craft, being on a craft, and I have the order all screwed up. But a CE5 is human-initiated contact. So you are literally like raising your vibration together, the people that are there, raising the vibration to attract craft. And so it's not going to attract anything bad, because they're attracted to the vibration that you're putting out, and it's about like love and beauty and everything. So you're putting that out. Well, in the middle of it.
Is there a certain time? Does it have to be like around midnight, or
No.
Okay, I didn't know. Go ahead. Okay, sorry.
Nope.
Go ahead.
So
My ADD.
So we're sitting there, we're doing this, and I can see behind me because of my ability. So I can see what's going on around me, and I see a Bigfoot. There's horses behind me. I hear them start to stir, and I see this Bigfoot coming up behind me. And then it was really weird because I got a vision of what he was going to do. So this vision was him coming up and like engulfing me. And when I saw what was going to happen, I was like, nope, I'm a shaman. You are not doing that to me. Not allowed. And all of a sudden it just pulled back. And normally if it's a spirit or something, I'm like, bring it, like wrap around me. Like, I want to feel it. I want to know what's going on. But this felt very different to me. It felt like a military feeling, like I'm on a mission, I'm doing something. This wasn't like, oh, I'm welcoming you. And it was just this weird feeling. And so something just told me, I wasn't scary, but I was just like, not happening. And it just pulled back. And so part of me, I'm like, should I have stopped it? Like, I kind of want to see what it was going to do. But at the same time, you hear these stories about people being abducted and disappearing from the woods. A
lot of missing people these days.
And so I'm like, was he going to take me to another dimension? What was going on there? So I don't know. I'm gonna go back out there and see. But
you're gonna go back out there and see. I gotta have you on a fucking show by yourself. I gotta talk to you on the radio. You're fucking crazy. That's fucking.
I gotta know.
I'm gonna go back out there and see if I can get taken.
Yeah,
You're a triangle type shit.
I want to see what's happening. I want to know.
We get a place like that in Massachusetts called the Bridgewater Triangle, if you ever heard of it. And there's everything from satanic rituals to suicides to Bigfoot sightings to pterodactyl sightings to ghost sightings to rapes to murders. You fucking name it. And it's pretty fucking big. And it's in Freetown area, Massachusetts, almost by Lizzie Borden's Fall River. It goes into Bridgewater. That's why it's called the Bridgewater Triangle. But Holy shit, you're pretty ballsy. You just like, but the thing is, you stood your ground, and I think it's Heather's shaking her head. But Heather, you're the same way. When we go to cemeteries, you say, "I'm coming in to visit you." You don't follow me home. You don't have that power.
Yeah.
I think you can agree, all you women, all you ladies, all you girls can agree. If you stand your ground, even with humans in real life, man, Heather puts me in my fucking place when I need it. I'm way bigger than her, but I fucking cower like a little bitch. So I think if you put yourself in people's, was the mic on? When you put yourself in, when you stand firm, you could scare a bear away. And I think you kind of did, Connie, more or less. I mean, you scared.
It's spiritual boundaries, and I'm like, don't mess with me because you don't know what I can do.
You have to. The week get taken over. Jeff went to the Exorcist stairs a couple of days ago. I lived in New York, Jeff. That's a bucket list of mine. Very cool.
I've been the Exorcist stairs in DC. I've been up
DC,
and down those
Washington.
stairs so many times because I'm from Maryland. I used to go bar hopping over there all the time, running
it's
up
on
and down
El
the stairs.
Obscura, where they walk up and the priest gets thrown up the end. All right. So without further ado, Nikki, what's some of your go-to this time of year? What's some of your do you offbeat? Don't say it's like fucking Steel Magnolias or something, which is fine. I love that movie, but there's got to be something fucking creepy, right? You must have a Halloween tradition as far as movies go. Oh, she might have froze.
I think she is.
Or she's thinking really hard.
She's probably frozen.
Yeah.
Did Talia answer?
Blink twice if you're not frozen. Okay, we'll come back. Talia, what some of your... Okay, she's coming back. There you go, Nikki. We got you. What's some of your go-to for movies? I guess not so much Halloween, but in general. Like, what's one... Are you, like, a big Saw fan, or do you like something more poetic? Which is fine. I mean, I love oddball shit.
Okay, so... if it's scary, it's gonna be the Jeepers Creepers movies all day.
I got 1 and 2. I don't care what the director's a pedophile.
That is my favorite all-time guy.
What's your favorite scene? Is it the bus scene when they're on the bus, the school bus in part 2?
I love that part, but I have to say, I think one of my favorite parts is when they're going on the bus and it pans and the boy's standing there without the eyes. And she sees that. That was like the best.
Hollow. Oh.
So I love those movies. I am a documentary kind of gal. Yeah. So I watch them all the time.
Good for you.
Paranormal, whatever, nature, whatever it is. I just love them. Right now, I've not really had a lot of time to watch stuff because I've been in studies and doing work and stuff. So, but okay, guilty pleasure.
Go ahead. No judgment. Judgment-free podcast. So get the fuck out. We're good.
Oh, I just lost the name of it. Young Guns 1 and 2.
Oh.
Tombstone.
Oh.
I do like the Hocus Pocus movies. I watch those too.
Yeah.
And my other guilty pleasure, and please don't judge me, Boondock Saints 1 and 2.
Oh my God. One of the most underrated fucking... Wow. One of the most...
I have the lamp that's got the Boondock Saints shade and the guns.
No way.
And the St. Patrick's rosary that hangs on it. Everything, yeah.
Very
Hold
cool.
on. Oh, I don't know where it is.
I know what you're looking for.
So, if
I love it. That's my favorite.
Of course. The one time I don't have it with all my other shit. So the one guy, remember Agent Greenleaf when he goes, "Get me a coffee, Greenleaf, black." Or whatever, and that guy goes,
right.
wicked big guy.
Blasey, yeah.
Yeah, that's Bob Marley, not the Jamaican dude. It's a white dude from Maine. He's a comedian.
Right.
I met him. And he signed it.
Oh.
He wrote, to Adam, "Where you going? Fucking nowhere." Remember in the alleyway, he's like, "Where you going? Fucking nowhere." He's coming through. Where you going? Fucking nowhere. I go, he signed my movie DVD.
That is so cool.
I met him. Me and Heather saw him at a clam bake place. Best fucking clams I ever had if you like seafood. And he was there doing a comedy act. I waited outside and I jumped at him like a little teeny bop. I go, Bob, sign my DVD. So he took a selfie with me and he's pointing at me and he signed it. I met Rob Zombie. I waited outside his tour bus for 3 hours, but I carved pumpkins with him on Halloween in 1998. Got a poster to prove it. Met Peter Steele from Typo Negative, Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey. I'm kind of a teeny bop when it comes to meeting people, but I really try to do it. It's one of my guilty pleasures. But no shit, Boondock Saints. I've never heard that mentioned on here, Talia. Which one do you like better? Do you like them both equally, the first and second?
I love them both, but my kids have grown up with it too. So
That's dope.
Don't cross the street if you can't come out of the kitchen. And we say this stuff all the time.
Ghostbusters.
Crazy. Yeah, Ghostbusters. I love those too. But
that got us all started, I think. Did it not? I mean, Ed and Lorraine did, Hans Holzer, sure. But Dan fucking Aykroyd and Bill Murray got us started. Am I right?
It did. I'm a big geek. I have to admit it.
I spent $100 at Spirit of Halloween, but I got me a proton pack.
Nice.
I gotta
You
get
should
a
talk
battery
to Ron. You should talk to Ron Stokes because he does all the Ghostbuster stuff.
I had to do it. The little kid in me said, fuck, I'm getting a proton pack. I always built one out of cardboard when I was a kid. So that's cool. Betsy Lou Who, I know you've been the quiet girl with the fucking mystery TV. Let's name drop some good shit. I know you're a big Stephen King girl. I know whenever I go, when I went to the Pet Cemetery house where Gage was run over by the truck and I laid in the road like I was dead. You were all about it. And I know you love Stephen King.
But that was cool, yeah. Of course,
you're all about The Shining. I know you love it. When you come to Maine, I'm going to bring you to Stephen King's. I'll bring you all to Stephen King's house. I sat out there like a stalker all day with a red balloon just waiting for him to come out and say hi to me.
Yeah, well, I've got my little blue and white dress ready.
God, you laugh like I'm kidding. But
I'm ready. I'm like, ready, Heather. You hear me? I'm ready.
So give me a couple of movies, girl. It's your spotlight.
So I too am not the gory type, really, honestly. I'm more of a psycho like Connie. I like those suspense.
This is the comment of the night.
What the hell did I just see? What did you just say? That kind of, psycho thriller stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, buddy.
We do watch every Halloween, and I don't know how it happens. We watch House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil Rejects.
Yes.
Tutti fucking fruity. I mean, that is my line. That is my favorite part.
Hey, to Adam, I'm here and I'm here to do the devil's work. Bill Moseley.
Hell yeah.
I met him. It took me an hour to meet him, but I did, man. He fucking choked me. It's my cover photo.
I'm more of a practical magic kind of girl. I love practical magic.
Oh, me and Heather watched Witches of Eastwick the other day. We actually went to the mansion. It's in Massachusetts, where Jack Nicholson banged Michelle Pfeiffer and all
Cher
and
Susan Sarandon.
All right, we lost a couple. That's fine. Whether it's because they
I can one up you on Rob Zombie there. We were at Edge Fest in Little Rock, which is a big concert where all these huge people come and all that. Anyway, the boys were 5 and 6. Rob Zombie was jamming. 64 was on. 1964 was on.
Oh my god!
And the boys, we bought the boys Rob Zombie.
It's about Marilyn. That's about Charles Manson. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, long story short. Everybody was, screaming about the boys dancing and headbanging and trying to, do the mosh pit with their dad because
good man.
I was not going to put them in the front. And somehow the word got to the front, and Rob called for the boys to come up on stage. And Rob ended up giving Bentley one of his rings off his finger.
Oh, shut the front door, Betsy Lou. You never told me that story.
That's awesome.
That is fucking rad. I gotta.
So I mean, Victor had to hand them up there on stage. Me hand them on stage? No, wasn't gonna happen. So it was up to Victor whether or not they got to go up there and actually do that. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Halloween Day, October 31st, 1998, after show. He ended up signing it, the whole band, through Adam with a pumpkin because we shit. So that's something we got in common, man, because I swear to God, Rob Zombie is probably the coolest celebrity ever. He's so giving and so cool for someone who's a director and owns the world. I mean, fuck, you know what I mean? So we got a couple people bail on us. I know it's getting late. We're just having fun here. There's no time limit. Connie, where can people find you and get a hold of you for services and find your show and stuff? Name drop some stuff.
So, I am on social media. My first name is spelled very differently, as you can see. So friend me on Facebook, Sacred Space Spiritual Centers on Facebook. Instagram is Paranormal Connie. TikTok is Paranormal Connie. I do shamanic healing. I do hypnotherapy, past life regressions. I do all that stuff, and I don't have to do it in person. I can do it remotely as well, and it works just as well.
Simple.
I've got, my podcast is going to launch at the end of the month, Haunted by Science. And that's with my good friend Jeff Hartman. And he's like Mensa level super brain. And he's got all these like theories and things that just blow my mind. And so the conversations that we have are just really, really cool. And we're actually going to be building some new equipment that has not been done before to test things and to do some long-term experiments and things like that. So that's like super exciting. And of course, I have things coming up that I can't talk about.
Yeah. So can people, obviously you don't want an influx of friend requests, but if you have like a personal like spiritual page or some sort of team page where people can follow you to stay updated, maybe
they can go on my Facebook page. It's fine. My Facebook page is
just be cool, guys.
And Sacred Space Spiritual Center, and my website is Sacred Space Spiritual Center. I'm not too hard to get a hold of, but a lot of the like hi and the waving and stuff, like I get so many of those, and like I'm not trying to be rude, I can't answer all that.
It's basic bullshit. Are you here for business or not? Should not get off the pod.
Well, I get to know people like by making comments on their page and them commenting on mine, and so for business opportunities and things like that, my email address is on my Facebook page, but I love getting to know people, chatting with them, and collaborating and stuff like that. So for sure, find me.
Awesome.
Just don't come to my house. I won't tell you where I live.
I'm going to reach out to you maybe the first couple weeks in November before Thanksgiving. I'd love to have you on the radio show.
For sure, I'd love to.
It's not visual, it's talking, but it is live. We've reached Canada and Britain and Mexico.
Awesome.
It's a real good thing. And like I said earlier, I think the vocal aspect of it takes away from the visual, which is almost more. And that goes to all of you, Talia. I don't know if I've had Betsy on yet. I've had Heather on once or twice, so she's got her own show, but she knows what I mean. And I'd love to be on your show, wink, wink, if you ever need a guest. I'm definitely not shy at talking about myself in case you haven't noticed.
For sure.
So Heather, I know about you, but not everybody does. Let's talk about you a little bit. Where can people see and find you, and what are you up to with your show and stuff?
So I do a show the second and fourth Wednesday of the month on paranormalkingradio.com. I believe that's what it is.
Radio Network.
radionetwork.com. I'm not good with the promoting so much.
It's a purple shield and it says King, and there's a bunch of us.
Yeah.
And you can look for Witchen Life Guide.
Right. So it's called Witchen Life Guide, and I'm kind of new. I haven't really done it a full year, and it's a show where I try to meet people a lot like you guys and just talk about ways we can help each other heal the world. Talk about maybe the history of things to... When you talk about the history of things, it helps you come up with some solutions. I love everything spiritual. So, in meeting people like you guys just brings it all together for me. And yeah, I'm not so great with the promoting. I'm kind of just doing the mom thing and just trying to survive a lot. But
that's where I come in. She's on YouTube, Witchen Life Guide on YouTube. You can find all her archive shows. She's talked to everybody from Chris McKennell, who's the leader of the Warren Legacy Foundation, Ed and Lorraine Warren's only grandson. She's had him as a guest, Dr. Heather Lee. She's had a lot of people on there. It hasn't had Judy Sperry yet. We're trying to get that one.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We do get a piece of Lorraine Warren's jewelry that we bought from her in person, which is very cool. But Heather's very modest. She's very quiet. But like I said, she's historically haunted with me. She took some courses from Cindy Garza, who was a psychic medium for the, Hans Holzer files. So she did a little bit. Of course, she's helped out with the searchers a lot. Never met them, but she's helped out. What say you, Betsy Lou? I know you're kind of with the searchers, and it's kind of your thing. You want to promote that a little bit?
Well, the searchers are on all social platform media. On Instagram, it's Searchers Believe. On TikTok, it's Searchers Believe. On Twitter, it's The Three Searchers. And then on Facebook, it's Searchers.
She's the official non-searcher. Betsy's right there. She's an official, non-official member. And it's not that she's a fangirl. She's just very much excited to do shit. And there's not a lot of people that really, I mean, you got to pay an arm and a leg to investigate. You girls know that. And Betsy's, I mean, she's a mother. She's a wife, and she does her own thing. But she rolls with them. And if she was closer to Maine, she'd be rolling with us, and she knows that. But you're a real go-getter. And you support so many, everybody from Sam Brutalis to fucking, who's that kid there? The kid that, younger kid's got glasses. You support everybody. You share people's shit. You're a good ally to have because you're very, very humble.
That is true.
So seriously, pleasure to have you on here, Betsy Lou. You're the fucking shit. You're cool. Talia, sister, my holy sister. Where can people find your organization and your personal stuff?
Okay, so the Psalmodic Order for St. Michael the Archangel can be found on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. My personal stuff is Talia Spiritual Advisor, although the name's fixing to change to Sister Talia Spiritual Advisor.
Okay, note that. Noted.
Our shop is It'll Bit of Magic, and magic
cool.
is spelled different. And we'll have a webpage up for that soon. And I've got, in fact, my boss just sent me the link, so I'll throw the link up after that for the order. And other than that, you'll find me here. But in December, I'm starting my own podcast, Vodcast Will You Go, and it's going to be called Beyond This Realm. There he goes. He just put it up for me.
Oh, we got a bishop joining us. Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's
He's
nice.
got a
That's
show on
my prior
Thursday.
general.
We got a lot of holy rollers on there. I tell you that. Good company to have. Could be worse.
So the podcast will be called Beyond This Realm, and we're going to have religious and spiritual and paranormal and psychics and everything else on there, and it's going to be a blast. I'm going to kind of show where the worlds all kind of meet in the middle, and where, you got to have a little faith to do what we do, and you got to have some kind of backing with you as faith while you're doing this job, because
I agree.
it can be dangerous, especially doing the demonology part of it. It gets a little hairy sometimes. It also gets a little funny sometimes, but that's beside the point. What's coming for me next?
Oh, I could talk to you fucking girls for 2 hours because we're almost going on 2 hours. I got to have you all singly. You're all great in your own way. We got a lot of, I mean, as Connie knows, being a shaman's it's skeptical. And even just being an investigator, Betsy and Heather know these things too, being sensitive and stuff. These things you don't choose these things in life. I feel like these things called to us. Like me, I don't have any special gifts. I'm not a fucking spiritualist. But I definitely feel like a researcher and historian, and I feel like that's my calling, man. I may not know who that is, but I'll guarantee you, if you call it the name, I'll tell you that's a sea captain from 1840 who slit his own throat in the bathroom in 1852 from fucking whatever. So it's good to have all parts of the puzzle. I think you all could agree to that. And I think you're all full circle with that. Of course, Connie and me, and formerly Talia, are part of the Warren Legacy Foundation for Paranormal Research, which is a big, big organization. And I think beyond that, we're all just people trying to live on this crazy spinning fucking rock. So we got 3 minutes and they're going to boot me. Is there anything I missed with any of you awesome, awesome female ladies? Look at this. I didn't just get these girls because I'm a pervert. I get these 4 ladies, formerly 5 ladies, because the field was male dominated, and some people think it still is, but there's so many, and I don't want to bring it to gender and try to be the whole bullshit thing, and I ain't kissing no one's ass. Heather knows that, but you chicks know your shit. I know that sounds sexist just saying that. You ladies, you women, you people, you humans know your stuff. And Connie, Talia, Sister Talia, Heather, of course, my witch, Betsy, and even Nikki, you all bring different aspects of it. I think you're breaking barriers, and that's goddamn beautiful. So,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everybody for joining.
Well, thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate it.
This was a lot of fun, and I really like chatting with you guys, and it's just a great time.
I try to make it as I don't want to be, what is your favorite instrument? Do you do a Ouija board? Do you smudge yourself? I try to break it up a little bit, which reminds me, we get 3 minutes real quick around the room. Give me 1 or 2 top bands, starting with Heather. I know it's fucking, go ahead.
Yellow Wolf is my favorite. He's a American rap artist. He's dabbled into rock and roll now. He he does his own clothing line. He has his own alcohol line. He's doing a lot of amazing things with the community that he grew up in. It's amazing. He's amazing. And
Number
then
two's
on
gonna
that,
be
Which, by the way, Heather, I'm an hour and a half from Gadsden.
oh my God.
Fuck.
It's
You
amazing.
ain't living in them. He's in Hollywood. And your second's got to be Shinedown. You're big into Shinedown.
I
That's
love
some good
Shinedown.
positive rock. Yes, Talia, that new song. Get up. I mean, even My Demons, when he's in the confession booth, he's like, my demons are real. The girls at the funeral. If that don't give you goosebumps, you're not fucking human. That's got to be your second one, huh? Right now?
Yeah, they're like, I love songs that speak to me and I can relate to. Music is just everything.
Real quick, not to cut you off, but Connie, give me a couple bands real quick, or a couple whatever. I don't care.
9 Inch Nails. I love some 9 Inch Nails.
Wow.
Still love 9 Inch Nails. I love Rob Zombie, Slipknot. But I also listen to country. Like, I listen to country music too.
David Allen Co.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all over the place with music, and it depends on my mood. You know,
Connie, don't make me go another hour.
True.
Betsy, give me a couple. Connie's got to go.
Okay.
Oh, you just got me all excited.
Pantera.
You guys are gonna ruin this. What about something else, Betsy? What's something else? What's one of your go-tos after? Look at this fucking guy.
Oh well, I'm more like Fleetwood Mac, CCR. When I want to chill, I go that way. Otis Redding, I go way back.
Old school. Talia, let's run off with you. Last but not least.
All right, Casting Crowns, which is a spiritual group, but they have a song called "I'm Just a Nobody" that I absolutely adore.
Oh, I'm at YouTube.
Shinedown. Funny enough, you brought up the one song that's my brother's message to me, which is "Get Up." That's what plays on the radio when he is speaking to me. Yes, we listened to that the day he had his heart attack, right before he passed away. That was the last song we listened to in my car. And ever since then, it pops up out of nowhere, and I know that's him talking to me, telling me
you're gonna make me cry. Wow.
I love. Okay, so here we go. I love Metallica. I'm a Megadeth girl. I do Otis Redding. I do old school. I do just about a mixture of everything. Coolio, I'm a gangster paradise girl.
I love all that shit.
Country, I don't care. I listen to everything, and I get really eclectic out there with my kids, though, because they're the ones walking around that are in their teens and 20s going 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0,
9. Oh, I still call that number. You call that number, someone will call. It'll be a Jenny thing. Call it. Call it 65309. Seriously, someone will pick up. I love all that shit. I listen to Celtic music in the shower. I'll get out, listen to Pink Floyd. I'll listen to Slayer, and then I'll go to bed listening to Gwa, fucking an animal, whatever. So anyway, it's been a killer show. Y'all are some fucking awesome humans, not even just girls. You're all more than just looks and just appeal and just feminism, giving birth, which is great. Motherhood is you guys are gods for that alone. But you're more than that. Seriously, I know that sounds silly, but you're all killer people. Tool's great too. I've seen Tool a couple times. We got to go, Jeff. Don't keep me fucking stalling. So Betsy Brown Williams, Talia, sister Talia, Samidi. Did I say that right? I always fuck up.
Like the Bear and Samdi's. Yeah.
Connie with a C. In case you guys listening don't know how to spell it or just not paying attention, it's CAHNI. Koenig. Konig. I went to a school with a Seth Koenig. And of course, my head witch, Heather Witch and Kemenidi. This copy will be up on YouTube tomorrow, so it'll be in the archives. Everything you guys have said is all documented. We can use in court a law against you. So everything will be up on YouTube tomorrow, Historically Haunted. I'll share it on my Facebook page and tag your fucking mugs in it. And shit. Yeah, right now we got to get going. I got a limit. So
thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
I'll reach out to you tomorrow about a show in the future, okay? Thanks, Historians. Historically Haunted. Have a good night, everybody.